Drum roll, we are back. Today is one of those days I'm thinking, my God, we are already past media, which we're in July right now. And I have been seeing a lot of conversations in circles, about the media reset, which is we all had goals in the beginning of the year, and now we are thinking, my God, 6 months have already gone by. We're now in July, and I think some of the questions, I would say actually one of the main questions on my mind is, how am I doing on my goals? How has the last 6 months been? So today I sort of want to do a very unstructured conversation. I've just put together some questions that I think will help each of us do sort of like a media, it's a reframe, it's a reset, so that from July to December, we can do much better. We can be in a much better space. And I also want to give you the gift of being compassionate with yourself, because we are in a world where there's so much to do on our plate. We are trying to crush our goals. And here on this channel, I'm all about micro changes, but also encouraging you to go after your dream. I will never, ever come on this channel and not encourage you to go after the things, your dream life, the things that you want to do. So welcome to this episode on the Media Reset. If you're new here, my name is Edith Karemi. I am passionate. And I think that's even an understatement. I am crazy about helping all of us grow. I also am on a growth journey. So if leveling up, doing better, understanding womanhood is your thing, welcome to the Woman Experience and share this with other women in your life. So today I want us to think about a couple of questions on the media reset, media like energizing for the next 6 months. So I want to start small, and I wrote down a couple of questions. If I look down, just know it's because I'm just reflecting on these questions. Like I said, it's a conversation we are having today. So question number 1 is, I want you to take a journal out today and write these questions, because as I always say, I'm on this journey myself, and these are things I do. That's why I love this work. You people are helping me grow. We are growing together. And if you have answers to these questions that have helped you, please write them down so that we can all learn from you. And I'm going to be sharing some of the things I'm also reflecting on as I think about this question. So number 1, what are small wins, even if no one has noticed, that I have accomplished for the last 6 months? Why this is so important is that we can get very hard on ourselves. I was thinking, we talk a lot with my team, the guy behind the scenes, Izo. And by the way, if you want really good, someone who will help you with your videos, write me and write a comment. He's like, yeah, write me, and he can help you with, especially for my women over 40 who want to create content. I'm really passionate about that. So anyway, we talk about this channel and we think we have so much to do. And can I just first plug myself in there shamelessly? We are now on TikTok, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and we are on YouTube. So the reason I'm sharing this, please go, it's across all platforms. It's the Woman Experience. We were thinking about how we need to crush it on all channels. And we are always on phone, and it's like looking at the numbers and trying to look at, the engagements, the comments we are seeing, and we forget to celebrate small wins. And I was telling him, like, Izo, we are barely a month or 2 on Instagram. On TikTok, at least we've been there for a while. That's why we've grown, by the way, Izo. That's why we've grown. But we forget to celebrate the small wins. The fact that even my video is watched by just 5 people is enough. So I want you to write in your journal, what are some of the wins, even if they're quite small, that you've done over the last 6 months, even if no one has noticed. It could be even a new hairstyle. It could be that now probably you are promoted, or it could be simple things that you are now working out consistently. It could be you are eating healthier meals. I don't care what it is. Write every single thing. To you, it's significant even if no one has noticed, because we can get so hard on ourselves and be like, it's already July and I'm falling back on my goals. No, girl, you've already had some wins. Even if it's as simple as you have started to read about the kind of side hustle or how to earn an extra income, write those small wins that already are happening. so that it puts you in a much better mood. You see that you've made progress. This is so important so that you're not so hard on yourself. So that's an important one. It could be even that probably you've gone on a holiday. It's half year and you managed to carve out some time to be with yourself or with your family. Write down. So that's number one. What are the small wins that you're proud of, even if no one else has noticed? For me, just being now on Instagram, which is a platform I really haven't been on, posting my content, I'm good with that. Even Facebook, even if it's once or twice per week we post there, we're just making progress, and that's fine. So question number 2, what have I learned about myself in the past 6 months? Why I love this question is because it helps you reflect on the things you're learning about yourself in the last 6 months. One of the things I'm learning about myself is that I get so stuck on schedules and routines, especially with shooting my content, that if we miss a week or 2, I become worked up about it, which is not healthy. So I'm learning consistency sometimes looks like just getting back on the wagon even when you fall. So we've missed 1 or 2 weeks, then what? We get back, we are here, we are shooting. So what am I learning about myself? I need to be more compassionate with myself. I don't need to beat myself up on the times when I fall. I just need to be gentle with myself. So write the lessons that you've learned maybe in the last 6 months. For some of you, it could be you wrote down a goal. You've never looked at that notebook. So what are you learning about yourself? Is that perhaps this was not your goal, or I'm learning that sometimes I tend to be very ambitious in the beginning and then do nothing, which is also a lesson. Here we are all for just speaking honesty. For some of you, it's that you're working too hard and you need to take rest. That's how I'm feeling in the next half year. I need to rest more. For some of you, it could be you have done very little towards your goal and perhaps you need to ramp up. For some of you, it could be you're learning that you need accountability. One of the things I'm learning is that in my working out journey, I'm very inconsistent. And can someone please just in the comments help me? How are women, especially older, over 40, over 35s? How are you? What has worked in your, in your trying to keep fit life? I need help, guys. I need help, guys. We need to grow together. But anyway, the lessons I'm learning are really important because then I get to reflect on these lessons and then I can recalibrate. I can think about how I want to show up differently in the next 6 months. So what lessons are you learning? Have you learned in the first 6 months about your life, about your dreams, about your goals, right? Maybe some of you are also learning that you are constantly in the wrong circles or you don't have enough time for your dreams and that's why you haven't started. Be honest with this question. What have you learned about yourself? Because you are the person with a shiny new notebook or you told someone you would pursue this goal and yet nothing has happened. So I love that question and be honest. The reason I love self-reflection, no one is going to come and police you and tell you haven't achieved this goal. This is for you and for you to do the work. So number 3, what do I need to release? After the last 6 months, now that I have reflected, what do I need to release? It could be a plan, a very grand plan that you had that you maybe need to cut back on. It could be a thought, it could be a pattern. I don't know what it is, but what can you release so that you don't have this heavy expectation? Like I said, for me, I need to release this idea that very strict routines and very strict schedules work for me. In fact, if I've learned anything over the course of my life, I'm not really crazy about routines. These 5 a.m. wake up routines, actually I sleep in quite late. Most of you might not know. A fun fact about me, I am not an early riser. I have realized I'm better when I'm in flow, when I'm honoring my femininity, when I rest more. So what is it that you need to release so that when you're going into the second half of the year, you're actually more rested and in a much better way to execute? For some of you, you might need to release very, very steep goals that you set up for yourself. So I remember I was like, I need to lose 10 kilograms. That's something I need to release because again, like I said, I'm struggling with my workouts. For you, what do you need to release? For some of you, it could be to release a thought that by now, by June, I should have done this. I should have already invested this much in this business. I should have already. What's the one thing you need to release? And some of you all need perhaps to release being in all WhatsApp groups. One thing I'm realizing is that women, we are in 10 WhatsApp groups. For your child, I have 3 kids, so I'm in WhatsApp groups about school, I'm in WhatsApp groups about personal development, I'm in WhatsApp groups about gymming, I'm in WhatsApp groups about nutrition, I'm in WhatsApp groups, family WhatsApp groups, and I'm realizing, girl, you can't be everywhere. So what is it that you need to release? Delete some of these groups. Look for those micro things that you have held on to that you need to start releasing so that at least you're more realistic going into the second half. So remember, we are trying to do a media reset, a media reflection. So what is it that you need to release? Especially if your plan is too huge and hasn't been broken down into small chunks. For me and my team, we are releasing this idea of we need to move with such a pace that's crazy. No, like I said in the last, I think there's a video I said, this year the plan is just to show up and shoot and create content. And then we can begin to interrogate data when we have that bandwidth. So what do you need to release in the first half year? Number 4, what's already working for me right now that I can get to keep, even in small ways. And this is now because now we are starting to get, remember, it's a reset. I'm helping all of us reframe. For me, the things that's working me in small ways is that mindset of being self-compassionate. I want to rest more, right? But I also don't want to get into this mindset where it's just routine. And one of the things that's working me in small ways is realizing that even if I haven't shot content for the last 2 weeks, as long as I get back on track, I'm still on track, if that makes sense. So that's working for me in small ways where I say, I'm exhausted this week, I'm exhausted next week, but definitely by the 3rd week, I'll be shooting. I'm also realizing that's one of the things that's working for me in small ways where my movement is concerned every day is when I wake up and I just put on my working out clothes. Even if I stretch for 5 minutes, that's progress. So I write that down and I want to move into that second half year knowing even working out for 5 minutes, going for a walk for 10 minutes, 15 minutes is better than nothing at all. So I'm removing strictness from my schedule. And I'm not saying this is what you have to do. For some of you is maybe you need to level up. Maybe those of you who are ahead of me in their fitness game, maybe now you've already crushed it. The workouts are easier for you. Maybe you're going a notch higher. For some of you, the small ways that are working for you is maybe you're getting into circles that where you're learning something and it's helping you grow. So how can you tap into that more? So write the small ways that are already working so that we can seek to strengthen them and so that we can also see the small shifts. And it could be simple shifts that I'm not eating out as much, I'm making homemade meals, and I'm making progress. So we are reframing this idea that we're in a horrible place, and I hope these questions are helping. So what's already working for me right now, even in small ways? Number 5, what have I been avoiding that needs my attention? Yes, you. For me, the thing that I have been avoiding that needs my attention, and please check in with me in December, I don't know where that's going to be, is just getting movement as a part of my life. And I'm thinking, do I need accountability? Because this is something that I have been consciously avoiding to get right. But write it down. I don't have to tackle everything in the next half year, but at least the knowledge that I need to tackle it is important. And by the way, if you haven't watched the episode I did last week on pain, have you been avoiding pain? And what is that particular pain that you've been avoiding that you need to tackle? For me, there's some things I'm working through in my life right now. I need my immediate attention. And I did that because when I go through something, I want you to come along with me. So what is it that you've been avoiding that needs your attention? For some of you, it's your finances. Hey, girl, we're in half year and probably you spend too much. Or maybe you make too little. And this is now something that is calling for your attention because we are trying to reset a bit of success. So write it down so that it's very obvious to you that this thing, even if I don't tackle it in the next 6 months, it will still follow me in 2026. So what needs your attention? Is it It could be even your children, it could be your spouse, it could be you, I don't know. The beauty about personal development and growth is very personal to you, but don't wish it away. So write the thing that you know needs your attention, and you will see as you journal all these questions, some key things keep repeating themselves, and that's the thing that you'll probably need to tackle as we go into the second half. The other one that I love, and I always love dreaming and imagining best case scenario. The other one is, how do I want to feel at the end of the year? How do you want to feel at the end of 2025? Imagine me and you are besties. And I hope at some point we get to create a meetup, maybe sometime next year, and we sit down and it's January 2026 and we are having coffee and you're telling me, my dear, I am so happy that I have XXX. For me, progress looks like consistently posting in 2025, which is a goal that matters to you. I don't know what matters to you. For me, I want to feel rested. Rest has become a theme that is constantly coming up in my head, so I want to slow down a little bit. And I want to find pockets of time where I rest. I want also to have incorporated a bit of movement, trying to be healthier. So what is it for you that if you would sit with a friend or with someone that matters to you, that you would say, oh my God, I'm so happy because I have achieved this by December 2026. And I don't want you to think big things. I want you to think really small pockets of change. I will never tire of saying that. Even if in 2026 December, you will have done 5 TikToks if you want to do content creation, or you will have started taking a course, or you will have started baking because maybe baking is your passion. For those who want to do design, you'll have done just 1 project. Just imagine what it would look like for you, because you've not done these things and now you've done. Dream small pockets of change and write that down. So what do you want to feel at the end of 2026? And the final one that I love is, what small step can you take today to make sure that you reach that goal? Whatever it is for you. So for me, like I've said, I want to move a bit more, and I feel like I should start like a walking challenge or something. Aizo is just there looking at me like, who's gonna post these challenges for you? But the thing is, what's the one small thing you can start to do so that it's very, very different? And you know what? I'm talking about the things I'm struggling with on camera, so that you guys can be like in December, you who encourages us, where are you with this goal? So I also want to challenge you. What's the one small step that you can take? Maybe it is to post all those drafts you have in your phone. Can we also just talk about how so many women have such beautiful things they should share with the world? Those things are just in drafts. We've never seen them. You know, my mom who loves TikTok, and she's always thinking like, oh, is it too blurry? Mom, I love you, please post. You know, I have so many friends who have such amazing work that they should share. People who want to bake, people who want to design. What's the one small thing that you can do so that you honor yourself? And maybe sometimes just post that Instagram post and leave it. For others, it could look like just starting to walk like me, because now I've conquered the fear of posting and being on camera. For others, it could be a small change is smiling more, trusting more in people, which is something I also want. I'm on a journey of just trusting that people, you know, can also affirm me and they can grow me. So what's that small thing? I also I'm thinking of, should I join a dance class that will make me maybe rest more and I'll be more happier? I'm struggling with all of these things. Sometimes I know I don't make sense when I ramble on these things, but I want to show you our mind is very complex, but we know what we want as women and we can make it happen. So I hope this video helped you. Journal those questions. I will write on the description box all of these questions so that you go to your journal, write them down, try to reflect, and let's start 2020, half year of 2025 strong. You still have time. Let no one lie to you that you're behind, because you're not on anybody's timeline, not even mine. My work is just to come out here, encourage you, inspire you, grow together. Ask me about my workouts, because the more I talk about it, I'm now holding myself accountable. I have to do better. What is it for you that you have to do the entire half of 2026? As always, do like, do share, do subscribe. I love you people. Thank you so much for the comments. We are growing. Can you imagine, we started at like 5 subscribers and now we are 2,000 and something. Please share it with women, everyone you know. I'm on TikTok. Who knew I could be on TikTok? I'm on Instagram. Show Aizo and me some love. He's the one that does all the posting, not me. I'm on Facebook. Follow me, share. Let's get numbers here. And let's see if next year probably we can do some meetup or something. But until then, I see you, I honor you, and I honor the experience of your womanhood. Until then, bye-bye.